YouTube just like shut me off accidentally, I guess. That's what they said. I'm not sure if I believe them. I guess that's not very good. There you go. Better. There we go. I don't know if you guys will be able to come back. I don't know what's going on. It got shut off. Yeah, whoops. It just said an error. It didn't say I got a strike or anything. It just said error. So I don't know what's going on. Oh, well. Hey, man. How's New Zealand? Daniel, you seen a rig? There's a rig. They're drilling right now. Whew. Hot. So this rig, particularly Daniel, is actually inside some city limits. So they built a big old wall around it. It's like a blast wall. If you think too hard about it, it gets a little unnerving. But I'll give you another look real quick. You get the whole thing in there. Let's see. And that is jump rig. Yeah, you don't want to think too hard about all the potential dangers of stuff, but they have pretty good safety protocol out here. You know, anybody that likes to tell me, oh, they're just doing this and doing that, and there's no safety. That's a lie. If like 3 drops of anything falls down, they literally come in and dig it out. So it's not. I can't speak for 50 years ago, but in today's standards, everything is extremely safe. It's ridiculously safe. And they're really big about EPA and stuff like that. I was telling you guys earlier that I've actually seen them build like a fence around cacti, specific flora, fauna. I don't know which is which, plants. So it's not all horrible like everybody says it is. They actually pump salt water back into the ground. This Permian Basin is considered an ancient ocean. There's a lot of salt water out here, so cool. I'm glad you got to see that. You'll probably see another one here. I'm not sure if they have it up or not, but that's one of them that I had to go to today. I gotta head to another one. Of course. I don't think about that stuff. It's like, I guess it's kind of cool about live streaming, if you're in different parts of the world, you get to see what other people are up to and get a new perspective. I guess you don't think about it some days if you do it every day. We're just cruising the desert tonight. That's actually a smaller rig, Daniel. There's some that are twice that size. It's amazing to watch them move. So I could totally see that. That's kind of the way it is in different states and union and non-union. Texas is it's a right to work state, they call it. We don't have unions here. So back east, California, they have a lot more unions. There's a story about in the 80s, these people tried, they sent a couple people out here that tried to unionize guys, these oil workers. And the story goes that one basically packed up in a couple days and left real quick, and the other one was never heard from again. Found his car a couple months later. So out here is not really about unions, that's for sure. Yeah, I've never seen ocean rigs up close, but they are wild. I don't know, I think it'd be fun. Spend a couple months out there, but just a new experience. I gotta stop and tell this lady that I'm getting ready to push people to the brink. Because here's the theory going on. They want the Civil War. They want a Civil War, and it goes back to years ago talking about bring the bottom up so the top can come down. The person that was talking about it when I originally heard about it, I mean, he's, 12 years ahead of his time. But that's what they want, and we will not give them a Civil War. We will not give them a Civil War. We cannot give them a Civil War. Not right now. We just have to hold in there. have this compassion toward them. You fall underneath them. You dote on whatever it is, and that's what I see is that a lot of these people have this Stockholm syndrome toward the government. Like the government's created Stockholm syndrome on these people, and I don't know what's gonna happen. I mean, some people come out of it. Yeah, cognitive dissonance. That's another one. see that bright ass light over there? That's a stack. That's burning off gas that comes out when they're moving coal. It is huge. I wish I could get it clear, but I can't. Yes, I was in the original group, and I was there the whole time. And then I rolled back to California with them. Thank you. No worries. Oh, my dad. Yeah, I can only. Sometimes I have to turn my dang phone off. Sometimes it doesn't help me at all, which is fine. I keep telling people that. I'm like, man, you can't trust your GPS out here. It does not work. It works, but it doesn't work. So you have to put it on satellite. It's 3/4 of the time when you're going down a leash road, it doesn't memory. And then when you have another group telling these people, oh, well, it's, you know, the war in Russia, bullshit. Oh, it's this. Oh, it's, no, it's not that. It's 14 years of bad economy. And it's catching up now. And nobody, you know, they don't want to admit that, of course. So, but we gotta remind these people, hey, you remember the recession in '08 when they were buying their own debt and they were doing all this other wacky stuff and incorporating the banks and blah, 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 blah? Well, guess what? 14 years later, that's called hyperinflation. Let me catch up with you guys at the stop sign for a minute here. It was signed. I'm about to build an off-grid cargo camper just in case. Yeah, logo. We all need to do that. Lost you. Hang on. We, the people that was taken from us, it's been planned. Transfer wealth back to the people. Yeah, I mean, we're gonna see. There's a lot going on. I mean, we all know you've got like the doom and gloom of the elitists planning this shit out for 100 years, but then you've got a whole nother group of people that are good, that are in, you know, powerful positions, that are fighting back against it. So when you think about it, it's, you don't know. Like, I've heard, obviously we're all on to the but, or I've that's come across. Got me all amped up on knowledge. Cool. I do the best I can. I'm not always perfect in it, so sometimes I get things a little twisted occasionally. I don't mean to, or I'll say a word thinking it's a different word, and then, you know, of course the critics will just pull you apart. But I think the best way out of it is don't take my word for it. Look it up too.
right onto Texas 349 North. Continue on Texas. In a quarter mile, turn left onto County Road D.
Working on it, Wes. Alright. Hey.
You have arrived.
Trailer. I don't know how accurate that's gonna be. No, that's someone's house. Easy there, dog. McAfee, the computer company software. Hang on, I gotta go. Alright. It decided to take me all crazy. Good night, Wes. Get some sleep. We'll see you again soon. Always lovely to
continue on County Road D for half a mile. We found a faster route via Texas 349 South and County Road D, which saves 19 minutes if you prefer to stay on the current.
Well, y'all, my freaking GPS freaking out. It's kind of interesting, to be honest. It, like, took me to this one spot, and now it's trying to take me to a way different spot. So, let's see what happens here. Freaked out, tried to take me a different direction. It's kind of softer here. Definitely don't.
In 1,000 feet, turn left onto Ranch Road 703. Turn left onto Ranch Road 703, then turn left onto Texas 115 South. Turn left onto Texas 115 South. Continue on Texas 115 South for 10 miles. half a mile, turn left.
But I've only been out here since 17, so. Hang on, y'all. Oh, the 80s, come on now. Thank you, Texas girl, for showing up. Have a good day. I will see you later tonight. If you're wondering why I'm going in circles, it's because me and the GPS and the signs are arguing, and it's 4 o'clock in the morning, so you'll just have to forgive me. The GPS tells me I can go straight down that way, but the sign tells me I need to go right. And since I don't trust GPS, I'm gonna follow the sign because it wouldn't put the sign up to turn you the wrong way. However, it is 4 o'clock in the morning, and I don't have all my faculties completely on 110% going, so. It's just weird because you have to it's always a roundabout thing. The funny part is you do know where the rigs are usually because they're all lit up like that out there, but getting to them's a whole nother ballgame. And what they didn't do is normally I get written directions or some type of direction, and they did not give me any of that stuff. So she just gave me a GPS coordinate. So that's what we're doing. Then you gotta make sure you don't see the sign, like you missed it, you don't miss the sign. That's the next part in this lovely thing. Because they just pop in these random signs. Hang a left at the second tumbleweed just past the jacket. No, it's usually the dead brown cow. That's Diamondback. What's weird is the signs literally tell me to go right, and I don't know how far I'm supposed to go right for because I'm looking at of course they change the roads around here all the time too, but I'm looking at it and it's basically trying to tell me just to go down south. there moving sheep and cattle on a station. It's God's country, for sure. It just makes me sad that your government's a sellout. I'm sorry. I don't even think you guys are technically a sovereign country, are you? I was reading up on that the other day. I had to look more into it, but the rumor or the information that I was reading was talking about Australia is not even a sovereign country. You're still under British rule, technically.
You've arrived.
Seems awfully convenient to me. Yeah, never let a good crisis go to waste. People are passionate, they're emotional, and not everybody, but they're, a large amount. That's why they do that stuff. They know it. They know they can override people's emotions and get them to do things that are not rational because they're emotional about it. That's why it's a constant barrage. Sound drops off about 10 seconds when GPS stops. Okay, well, I don't have any more GPS going off right now, so just a super it's rough. give up their guns willingly. I mean, they realize that we have a different mentality. It's no offense to the rest of the world, but we really are the only country in the entire world that has that individual mentality from day one. It's like Texas. Texas is totally different from all the other states I've ever lived in. It's just a different breed of people. Because they had everyone coming to try to get them. Texans are tough, man. They had to fight Mexico, the United States, Indians, everything. I don't know. Oilfield, you're gonna know exactly what I'm talking about. Then you get this crap. Like the trick, anyone from the patch is gonna know. They're like, oh, getting closer, surely this road will get me to where I need to go, and then no, it won't. So I have no idea. Give you any points. So you just have to make it up as you go along here. Here's the other trick. You go make sure that you don't get stuck anywhere. Tell you right now, this is not the actual way to get it. But I'm not gonna stay here running around all night long trying to figure out how to get it. So we're just gonna make it up as we go along. but they're bringing it up again. That's bullshit. They didn't even whip the illegals. It was a picture. It was inaccurate.